I went through a big phase here with this last cycle of chemo where I couldn't hear the Holy Spirit for 17 days. I wrote it in my journal. It was bleak. And I had to just be in the waiting and just know that he was still working. I didn't feel him. I didn't hear from him, but he was working. And I don't ever want to feel that again. I don't want to ever not feel the Holy Spirit for 17 days, but it was something that I lived through, and it's part of the journey. You know, we are just working through life. We're working through life, and sometimes life is rougher than other times. You know, I thought I had cancer completely licked, and then it jumped the line. It was like, from here down, I have no cancer. From then up here, like, I had metastasis in my brain. And God spoke so many beautiful things to me about the reasoning for that. That'll be a different video. And why that happened, and how he's using that for his glory. And it was just kind of like, whoa, that's not the path that I would have chosen for myself. It's not something I ever would have decided, oh yeah, you know what you need? You need a little bit of brain cancer. Just like, it's one of those things where it's one of the worst things you're ever going to hear, probably, but because of the headspace that I was in and the heart posture I was in with God, it was like 3 to 5 minutes of crying, and then I was over it. It's like, okay, next thing. And I want to always be in that receptive mode with God, where I know he's got stuff for me, and I'm just going to keep receiving it. And I'm not going to see it as a punishment. I'm not going to see it as like I was this terrible, sinful person that deserved this thing. I'm not going to say it's the devil. I'm going to say, this is something that, for whatever reason, it happened, but God is going to use it for the good of all. So I'm not worried about it. And I realized that the other day. I was like, wait, I'm not even like stressed out about having cancer. Oh my, what? Like, it's kind of amazing. I don't worry about my outcome, because it's like that song, you know, I'm a child of God on my good days, I'm a child of God on my bad days. And if I live to be 106, which is my goal, it's on my corkboard, I want to live to be 106, because I love life, and I want to paint and dance and sing and have fun and hug people and have grandkids, and I just want to like celebrate living life. I love life so much that I want to live to be 106. But if God decides that I'm going tomorrow, I'm going to be with God. Like, I don't mind. I'm going to be with Jesus no matter what. He's here with me. He's in me. He's closer than my next breath. Or I'm going to be in heaven, just like giving him a big hug. So I'm not really worried about me, but I know that my assignment, because of cancer, is to help other people that are going through cancer. And I know that because it is bleak out there. And I am on the Facebook groups where everyone just talks about how terrible cancer is and how terrible this chemo that I'm on is really rough. It's called HER2. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's not fun. The chemo that I was on before probably gave me the brain cancer. I didn't know it had like 20% chance of giving you brain cancer. I was like, that seems not cool of a chemo. I don't really like that. But I wanted to be a light and a motivation for other people that are going through cancer, because it's bleak out there. And I've always been a super positive person, and cancer didn't stop that. Cancer didn't lick me. It's not getting me. I am going to be a positive person no matter what. And the thing that actually was rougher than cancer was the treatments, you know, the steroids. If you've never been on corticosteroids, I don't recommend them. First of all, your face becomes like a chipmunk face. Like, I don't know whose face this is. This is not my face. It's like there's a basketball where my face used to be, and it adds a bunch of mood dysregulation to your life. I get snappy. It makes you awake in the middle of the night. You know, you're cleaning the house. I would be making like to-do lists on my phone at 3 a.m. But anyway, I was rambling. I made a 10-minute video when I didn't plan to, but anyway, I want to be a light for other people who are going through cancer, and that's my goal with this channel. If you are wanting a little bit of positivity in your life, and a little bit of like some scriptures, you know, here and there, and some chit-chatting, and I hope you have a great day.